Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are in for another weekly racing e-vlog. Once again, it is time for us to go down to Pensacola. We're heading down to Five Flags Speedway. Now, if anybody remembers last year where we were there for the ARCA Series, as well as a super late model race with, I think, PASS or ASA, we did not do well. The track ate us alive. Well, guess what we get to do this year? If you've already seen the race, you know it is time for us to put a new sticker onto the hauler. Y'all, we are going ARCA Series racing. It is finally coming true. We are finally going to go and race the new ARCA car. I'm so excited. The sticker's right there. It is complete. It is perfect. But yes, I've been saying it for a very long time. When they finally released a new car, we were going to go ARCA racing, and that is exactly what we're going to do with the ARCA Menard Series. Now, this is technically an ARCA Series East race. Still get points. So I figured this would be a good one for us to try out, also to get some data on the car. The next thing that you might notice, and maybe you don't, we also cleaned up a little bit. So for the longest time, this white did not go all the way down the fender here. It finally does. Yay! Because I finally remembered to fix it. But, needless to say, very excited to be in the ARCA car going down to Five Flags Speedway down in Pensacola. Let me actually get that map up. So yeah, we're going to be leaving. I still have my route from coming back from Phoenix. We're going to be heading to Pensacola. So about a 10-hour drive. Wow. A little bit longer than I thought, but again, getting down there, getting ready, and get to race tomorrow. 150 laps with the ARCA Menard Series East. Let's get ourselves on the road, and we'll see you guys down there. All right, just crossing the Florida line now, coming in from Alabama. Now, you guys are going to notice it's 4 a.m. on the way down here. I was feeling really tired, and again, haulers can't pull in until about noon today anyway, so I figured, you know what? We might as well take a snooze, get ourselves well rested, and get ourselves down here early to Pensacola instead of, running the night, parking somewhere, and then pulling in. Had a good night's sleep back there in the cab. Ooh, this is our exit. Let's slow it down a little bit. But it should be a pretty good time. I'm actually really excited about this. Again, we've ran the ARCA Series at Daytona. That did not end well. We ran them once at Dover, which we won. We ran them once at Bristol, which we won. And we won at Five Flags a very long time ago. But they were very sporadic, and it was with the old ARCA car, and I've always said I just want a new one. Yeah, I thought you were going to let me go. That's okay. I'll just taking up more space than I need, but I'm big. But yeah, I kept on saying, when they eventually finally get an ARCA car, I'm going to actually really want to drive it because that's the kind of, I like the car. Reminds me a lot of the Xfinity car. Just, it feels so good. But at the same time, I wanted, I don't know what that beeping was in the background. I gotta go figure that out. Well, that was weird. So we had flooding in our bathroom just a little while ago. And part of that, we put, I put a smoke detector in there, one of our older ones. And I put it in there because we had to set up heaters and stuff, and I was just really worried about that. So I set up this smoke detector, and that's what was going off. It's also CO2, but the way that it was going off, it was not alerting to CO2. It was alerting that it is past its prime. It's expired. So dealt with that. Need to get a new one. Just was not ready for that. So thank you guys for your patience. But we're getting ourselves pulled in here. And like I said, I'm very excited for the ARCA car because I wanted the full body car, but I wanted the short races. Now there's not that many races in that tour a year. So we're going to have to spread it out between, ooh, it's different. Actually, hold on. Before I get myself too set up, let's climb on out. All right, let's take a little walk around here. Because I thought I used to drive along the side of the building. I'm gonna sprint a little bit around. I used to come this way. Can I still? No, I can't do that anymore. Oh, I guess I can. So this is still part of it. Okay, it didn't look it. Okay, so yeah, this is where we usually park, but it's gonna be really tight. I've got to go through there to get over here. This is where we usually park. Maybe I'll park here again. We're like the last one in a line because, again, we're starting to be a part of the series, but we missed the. I guess we didn't miss the first race. This is the first of the East, so I guess we can claim first parking spot. We're the first ones here. I just got really confused. But yeah, so we're gonna have to spread it out with the regular races, the East and the West. This one I thought was just a good chance to be able to jump into the car and get as much knowledge as we possibly can behind the wheel before the actual ARCA Menard Series schedule race at Charlotte. That is the next one. It is in April. I'm very much looking forward to that. I would have loved to have done Daytona. There were so many cars in Daytona, but we saw how much of a wreck fest that turned into. So it actually might have been better that we weren't in it. Do I think that we're going to do well at Five Flag? No. I can't figure out how to get the car around there and be able to save tires. And when I checked, there are no fix setup for Five Flag with the ARCA car, which I find is very stupid because that's obviously one of the races. So that's going to be really interesting, and I'm going to be really interested in figuring out how we want to set up the car to hopefully best serve us and try to have a good time. You know, I don't want to be just cruising around just to get laps. I want to try to be competitive. I want to try to keep the car in one piece, that's for sure. I got to try to squeeze through this lumberyard first. Holy crap. And then squeeze you over to make sure that you're there, right up against the side. Gonna watch over there. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put myself out the gate. And then we're gonna do this. I'm going to want to be right on that crease. Okay. Wow, the wheel did not like this one. Usually you guys can't hear the wheel, but you guys can hear the wheel turning with this one. This is my original wheel too, so she's seen some things. She's lived in multiple houses. I'm gonna try to, yeah, I gotta get this straightened out more. So I'm gonna put it in that garage space like this. Again, if I could have just come in at a diagonal, I think things would have been fine, but right now I'm having to do a lot of wonky stuff to try to get this in. So push that over. Kick it hard. And this should do it here. And again, I don't think there's that many of us. I think there's 16, so it's not like we've got to leave a ton of room. I'm a little bummed that there's only 16 teams showing up. We're going to cheat. Just come outside real quick. I've seen straighter, but I've seen worse. That'll be good. All right, let's roll up the window. All right, well, it is still not even 5 a.m., so I'm going to get a little bit more rest, but we'll see you guys when it's time to unload the truck here in a little bit here at Five Flags Speedway. All right. Just been hanging out here in the sleeper, just trying to get a little bit of service, just trying to keep ourselves focused and try to cut down the jitters with our Coke Zero. Ella's up there. I'm going to climb on up. I'm going to take Ella out for a walk, but biggest and most importantly, we are going to get out and unpack the car. It is 4 p.m. Actually, we already have the car unpacked, don't we? It being 4 p.m. First practice is at 4:30, and then we're going to head out when the sun starts to set for practice. Let's climb on out and get ourselves unloaded and ready to go. So, yeah, we should have already had the car unloaded, but, you know, procrastination. But, yeah, it's really cool. I know the stickers just keep getting smaller and smaller, but I actually thought it was really neat to be able to have Wheelin', Xfinity, and ARCA now on the side. Again, we're running Wheelin' as much as we can. We're trying to run ARCA full-time, but, again, that'll change me having a baby. I actually kind of love the idea of my dad subbing in for the ARCA race while I'm out on paternity. But it's time for us to hit the track for the first time in the ARCA Menard Series East here at Five Flags Speedway for the Pensecola 150. Going to head out for practice, and let's see what kind of laps we can throw down. All right, not bad. Why am I running? Slow down. Not bad at all. We were able to get ourselves at one point up on the board to second fastest. Then that trickled down to seventh fastest. But I'm still feeling pretty good about that here at Five Flags Speedway, and I'm looking forward to being able to, I don't know, prove myself's not the word, but I'm hoping these setups that we've come up with will be able to save enough tire, because that's usually where the downfall is. I feel like we've got speed. It's just chewing through those right side tires. So I hope that we've come up with a good idea to be able to squeeze through, save as much general tire rubber as we possibly can on these cars. But we'll see. We're going to head out for qualifying now. We're going to see if all the setup changes that we've done will actually pay off. All right, back from qualifying here at Pensacola, here with Five Flags Speedway with the ARCA Menard Series East, and hey, we were able to qualify 5th. Now, there's only 17 cars in the field, but I'm still feeling pretty good. I feel like that's enough for us to work in. I just want like a mid-level race this evening just to be able to get acquainted here with the new car. And I just hope that we can do something. You know what I mean? Like only a handful of series that I go into where I'm actually like kind of nervous, and I've been waiting for this for so long, and I just hope it lives up to expectations. But it's 150 laps, break at 75, so here's hoping. Let's head out for the race here, the Pensacola 150. Whew, I'm not good with words today. Let's head out for the Pensacola 150 here at Five Flags Speedway, and let's just remember to have fun. All right, the curtain comes down for the race today. Car's already loaded up. You guys saw it. I saw it. Let's talk a little bit about what we saw. Mayhem. That's what we saw. We went out there, started 5th. It felt really good. And within a couple laps, we were able to actually weave our way through the car and, well, through the field, through cars, to get ourselves up front. And we were able to get up there for the lead, and I was able to start going into saving mode. And I just noticed, even with me saving, I started seeing the cars in my mirror get bigger and bigger. And then as they were getting bigger, I'm like, okay, I'll start pushing then, okay? I pushed, and I felt the wear. I felt that wear coming. The changes that we had made were not good enough. And we lost the lead, and I was like, that's fine with it. And I think we ended up back in, like, somewhere between 3rd and 5th, which is fine. I was fine. I just wanted to get to the break to be able to make some shock adjustments. But right there on lap 35, while we were getting through the turn, I can't even remember who turned me. We were coming out. Actually, was it Butter? What is it, Butterbean? Butterbean might have turned us. Really, what happened was when we were coming through 4, I was trying to take up a little bit more room than what I truly needed. I also had absolutely no grip. So I'm trying to push through the corner. I lift up. I come across actually into his left front fender, and instead of kind of letting off the gas and just letting me hit the wall, because that's what was happening, at least I would have sideswiped it, he turned left, which turned me right, and we hit the front stretch wall there at full speed, full corner speed at least, and completely, you could see, ripped off the right front. Where that was flopping around, a lot of stuff was broken up front. That was it for our day. Once I was able to get ourselves turned, the right direction, went in turn 1. I turned the wheel all the way to the left, and we barely moved. So, brought down pit road. We kind of looked at it, and we went, it's just not going to be worth our time to try to fix this, to get out there again. Wouldn't have minded the points to be able to go out there and try to get a little more, but we're not exactly in a championship mode right now. So, disappointing debut here with the ARCA Menard Series, but I still had a lot of fun, and I am looking forward to getting back here, maybe at some point. I don't 100% know. There's some other things that I probably want to do with this weekend, but I am excited about the ARCA car. I didn't even know that there's a light in the car that flashes when there's a caution. That's awesome. So I've been having a lot of fun with that car, and I look forward to continuing to do so. But just kind of a disappointing day here at Five Flags Speedway. But it's time for us to head off back home and get ready for our next week. We're going to be heading up to Thompson, up in Connecticut, for their spring opener. We're going to be up there with the Wheel and Modified Tour, as well as I think we're bringing up our Monaco Modified as well. Should be a lot of fun, and I look forward to it, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys next week. But that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoy what you saw, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day. And, well, we try every single day. We're not super successful, but I really do appreciate the continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.